Gremlins is possibly one of the weirdest films I've ever watched, but it's also extremely entertaining. If you want to see a review with the positives, the negatives, and then a score out of 100 for this film, I recommend keep watching. Let's get into it. What's going on, everybody? My name's Dominic. Welcome back to my channel. If you love movies, consider subscribing down below for more movie content like this every single day. Now today, I'm going to be reviewing the 1980 film Gremlins. Now, as I said previously, I'm going to give you the positives of the film, the negatives of the film, and then my score out of 100 at the very end. Also, this is just, well, as I said, is one of the weirdest films I've ever seen. But then again, those films are sometimes the most entertaining, as I said with my review of Seven Faces of Dr. Lowe. And yeah, so with that being said, let's get right into the review. So what I liked about the film, the positives. This film was just, I don't know, it didn't really have too much to live up to. I feel like it wasn't trying to be like an amazing film or anything, which I think was great. This is what they needed to do with such a weird idea like this. They just needed to go full out on the crazy, weird humor and all that stuff. And I think it fully works. Like, there are only a couple parts in the film that I didn't really like it too much, but with a film and a story like this, it's hard to go wrong. Also, the Gremlins as characters, I actually really like them. How they kind of appeared, like, you know, obviously they appear like they're cute, they're nice, they're friendly. But then the bad ones have like a desire to eat after midnight, obviously, which is one of the rules. But they want to eat after midnight, they want to be their crazy form. And so you don't really see that part of them. And I think that was really cool. It kind of pulled like an alien thing to a certain extent where a lot of the time you're not seeing what's happening and what they're like. So you're like, I don't know what these things look like, how big they are, whatever. And when you see them for the first time, they're not that big, but like they're menacing, and these guys are smart too. And so it makes for really, really like creepy villains, to be honest with you. And lastly, for the positives, I'm gonna give it to the main protagonist. You know, he did a pretty decent job. I mean, it's nothing crazy, pretty cheesy role, so I don't really blame him. But he did what he was supposed to do. He gave a pretty good performance, and yeah. Now we're gonna move on to the negatives of the film. There's only a few things I have negatively to say about this film, but when you're trying to make it just an entertaining film, there's obviously gonna be some things wrong with it, so yeah. Firstly, I wanna say, as much as I hate to say it, the effects look pretty dated with the Gremlins at times. There are some parts when they're using like practical effects and like they're up close, and that actually looks pretty good, to be honest with you. But for example, the one scene where it's showing like how many there are and they're all running down the street towards the camera, that it just didn't look very good. There are definitely parts where it looked dated, and yeah. Also, what I thought was, there's just like, first of all, his dad. I really didn't like his dad as a character, because he just seemed pretty incompetent, to be honest with you, and he wasn't really there for like any of the film. There's like the beginning where he got the first gremlin, he got Gizmo, but then after that he kind of disappeared. You see him once in a while at his convention or whatever, but like he's really an unimportant character, and considering he's the one who bought it, he really should have been in the film more. And second, I mean, I'd have to say just the fact that it's super cheesy. With a film like this, you kind of have to expect this. I personally really liked it. Like, sometimes cheesy films are just, I feel like this one's like a guilty pleasure for me. It's gonna be like, it's not like a good film by any means, but it's just so cheesy and so much fun to watch this. And yeah. Alright, that's gonna do it for the positives and the negatives. Now we're gonna get into my score of the film. right quick, before I give you my score, I want to say something that this movie is a Christmas movie. Alright? Don't come at me. I personally think it's going to be a Christmas movie. Me and my brother already said that we're going to watch it at Christmas time. So, yeah, leave hate in the comments if you want. It's a Christmas movie. It's a Christmas movie. Anyway, so getting into my score, got some pretty good positives, got a few bad negatives, but a few ones that I could work with. So overall, I think I'm going to give Gremlins a solid 82%. As much as this isn't like a great film, it's just too much of a blast to watch, and like, especially being produced by Steven Spielberg, you're gonna get a pretty good film. And I don't know, I just had a really good time with it. It's not like a super amazing film by any means, but it's also not one of those films that's so cheesy that it's just bad and not good to watch. So yeah, that's gonna do it for my review of this film, Gremlins. If you enjoyed, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe down below and turn on the notification bell to never miss another one of my uploads. Also, share this video with some friends because we want our community to grow as big as possible. And yeah, that's been it for me. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.